Hello, everybody. Black lipstick. I'm probably going to have it on my teeth. I hope not, but hello. Am I being rated? That's so cool. Thanks for the raid, guys. Oh, I think I had it on my teeth. It's so gross. Oh, thanks, guys. I just got in the black lip liner and decided to give it a whirl for today's stream. So what do we think? I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can do this. I do have the Black Widow lip gloss over it from Queen Cosmetics. I'm working it. Thanks, Hannah. I want to show you guys the sparkle. Let's see if I can do this. That just looks creepy. Anyways, there's a sparkle. I think it's pretty fun. Thank you guys for all the compliments. I appreciate y'all so much. Yes, Eloise, you did see an Ozempic thumbnail. Also, I got my hair colored. I don't know if y'all noticed that I went brown. Weird, right? Different. I don't think he's ever seen me with like a normal colored hair. So it took him a minute to vibe with it. But anyways, oh, ghost stories. Thanks, guys. All right. So today, in case you are brand new to my channel, my name is Erin Bees. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. Today is going to be an interesting video. Thanks, DC. It's on my teeth. Ew. Hold on, I got to get something. Hold on. I cannot have that. Oh my. I'm coming. Guys, it was all over my teeth. We can't have that. Okay, anyway. Oh, God. Okay, we're good. Yeah, the side effect gets on the teeth. Yikes. Did not expect that. Anyways, it's been really interesting watching Optavia backpedal because not that long ago, they were villainizing the use of Optavia, the use of Ozempic or other medications for weight loss. But now they're suddenly changing their tune. And not long ago, remember when they were offering like telehealth type appointments for people and they were connecting them with somebody that they would get a discount in order for them to start using Ozempic? I think Hannah Alonso did a video on that. And if I remember correctly, she answered everything, like saying that she didn't want to lose weight or anything like that. And they said, oh, you're a great candidate for this. She was like, wait, what? So it's interesting to watch Optavia now embrace the use of weight loss medications and encouraging it to be a part of their weight loss programs, which I think is extremely alarming. Extremely alarming. Yeah. Here for Optavia crumbling. Let's go. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, let's get started on today's video. First, I want to give a big shout out to the person that sent this to me. You know who you are. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sending this my way. And this is a video where Dr. Anderson himself is talking about it. I remember not that long ago, I was sent screen recordings of Dr. Anderson from the Optavia event, shaming, in a sense, people that were using weight loss shots, is I think how he referred to it. It was something like, oh, we don't need the shots. And now here he is on board with combining using weight loss medication, AKA Ozempic, in a way that they are going to also combine it with their like 5-in-1, which I think that's got to be super dangerous, just in my opinion. But before we dive into the video, which is about 39 minutes long, let's run a disclaimer. Okay. Let's get to the video for today. As always, drop your commentary. I have pinned a content warning at the top of the comments. So we are going to talk about weight loss. We're going to be talking about relationship with food. We are going to be talking about, more than likely, disordered eating disorders, because anytime that we are talking about Optavia, I feel like that comes up, whether it's in the comments or things that I bring up or my personal experience, those types of things. So if that is something that is, you are not in a space where you are wanting to consume content like that, feel free to please skip this video and watch something else, just because your mental health matters to me. So, all right, let's watch this video. Oh, also their Wi-Fi is terrible. So it cuts in and out. It's absolutely bananas. We're just going to roll with it. He has no sound. Can I do it this way? Yeah. There's no sound on his end yet. It's coming.
And let's start talking. You guys are going to quarterback this call tonight. So let's talk about what clients are experiencing, how we're interfacing with them.
Thank you, Dr. By the way, you did great pronouncing the last name. So you nailed it.
Okay, good.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, everybody. Hey, this is David. I'm David and this is Deanna. We have been coaching for a little bit over 7 years, and we're really excited to be here tonight. And I got to tell you, I'm just going to be very transparent. I remember originally they reached out to us and they say, hey, we would like for you guys to participate this, and we also like for you to speak on this. And I'm like, what do I know about medical weight loss solution? I mean, in my former role, I was a CTO for a tech company. I mean, what do
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I know about that? Then I started to think about it. It's like, there is no difference from what we already do. Dr. A just said it. We meet people wherever they are at. So whether it's GLP-1, bariatric surgery, diabetic meds, it doesn't matter. We're just meeting.
Except it does, because you are not qualified, as you just said, to be giving advice for people like you do as an Optavia distributor that they call a coach. You are not qualified to be doing any of that. So it actually does matter. That's the reason why when people go to the doctor, they are asked a bunch of questions about their personal health history, family history, because those things tend to matter. Starting off strong.
Meeting people where they're at. And here's what we do, because our role hasn't changed. We're helping them to navigate a path to long-term lifestyle change. That's what this is about. So, yeah.
It's not about trying to recruit them, trying to flip trying to flip customers with high pressure tactics into becoming an Optavia coach.
I was really excited to kind of share.
Yeah. And prior to Optavia, I was in alternative healthcare for 13 years. And
alternative healthcare. Now, I have watched probably half of this video, and I think that it's important to point out that she's talking about alternative healthcare, but she's using it in a way, and there's a time and a place for natural remedies and naturopathic doctors. I do believe that. But when you are using any kind of a degree certification in a way to promote an MLM product, I think that that is unethical. I don't think it's okay for doctors to be shilling Optavia to their patients. I think that that is unethical. She's talking about she was in natural medicine. We don't know what that means as far as certifications or schooling or anything like that. But to use that in a way to suggest something that's a multi-level marketing company, we know the statistics behind multi-level marketing, in addition to the fact that their 5-in-1 program is extremely calorie restrictive, 800 to 1,000 calories a day. Hannah Alonso did a video on it. Also, Brianna Jewell did a video on it, following the process. We have to talk about this stuff. The fact that she is suggesting that, using the fact that she was a natural, I don't remember exactly how she described it, I think is really alarming. There's going to be people on that Zoom that are going to say, oh, she's a doctor, or oh, she's this, or oh, she's that, and assume that what she is explaining or suggesting is safe. And it may not be safe for everybody. You guys already know how I feel about Optavia and what they do and all of that. But I think when we're kind of getting into this muddy water, if you will, of, well, it was in natural medicine. What does that mean? Do you have a medical degree? Explain what that means, you know?
So you might wonder, how can I get behind an Optavia partnership with my background for medically supported weight loss? And actually, there's 3 reasons for that. Number
I would start with what your qualifications are. What does that mean?
1, because what I was telling people in my clinic, to eat more whole foods and less junk, was nearly impossible with today's busy, crazy, fast-paced lifestyles. I fell in love with the simplicity of the Optavia plans and programs, and more importantly, the tools to help my clients succeed. Number 2, I had also personally tried all the things to lose.
You tried all the things. Did you work with a dietitian? Did you have blood work from your doctor? Did you work on your relationship with food? Did you work with a personal trainer? Did you work with all of the above in order to try and lose weight? I think saying that they tried all of the things is a blanket statement that we see from a lot of people in multi-level marketing, and it's not that easy. Everybody has different things going on in their life, in their bodies, even though we all have, we're all humans. We have different underlying things that could be causing issues and making it very difficult to lose weight, which is why it's important to work with medical professionals, not people that ran some kind of a clinic without explaining any of her certifications or any of that stuff, saying, I tried all of the things to lose weight. This is the only thing that worked. Well, in most cases, if you are restricting to 800 to 1,000 calories a day, you're probably going to lose weight, but it's what happens after that that is extremely dangerous, in my opinion.
Weight, including pills, potions, a million different things, until I found Optavia. And I could lose weight prior doing those other things, but I had 0 long-term results. And if I hadn't found Optavia.
What does that mean? You had 0 long-term results? How do we measure that? Is that just solely off of what the number showed on the scale? Are you judging by a pant size? What does that even mean? I think that it's really important to pay attention to the language that they are using, because I feel like if you are somebody that was on the Zoom or on a Zoom like this, I want to caution you and suggest that you ask more questions, because I tried all of the things, that doesn't really explain anything.
Yeah, honestly, I probably would have tried GLP-1 drugs myself. And number 3 is why I'm so excited about this partnership, is because I have clients, including those that are near and dear to me, that have utilized medically supported weight loss in the past, and they were not given tools or resources that we have with Optavia.
So here's my question, you guys. And this is not me villainizing any kind of medical intervention that is right for you with your doctor. My question is, if somebody is on some sort of a medicine that helps with weight loss, a medicine for diabetics that is for weight loss and to help get the hemoglobin A1C down. Why do they need Optavia? You know what I'm saying? This to me feels like, oh, we can capitalize on this group of people that are already going to have their appetites suppressed. Let's sell them this $500 processed food in addition to. That's what this feels like to me. And it feels icky.
And honestly, the rebound after they stopped these meds was not only physical, but even more so mental and emotional.
And what happens when people rebound, as you're calling it, when they get off of Optavia and they start taking in calories? What happens then? How many people within Optavia actually end up going on maintenance? I like their little disclaimer that they throw out there on all of their testimonial pictures or whatever, where it says the average weight loss is 12 pounds and the average customer stays on Optavia for 12 weeks. Well, because of people that have been on the inside of this company, we know that that's not true. We know that typically people cycle through off program, which is what they call it, and on the 5-in-1, on fat loss, getting into fat burn, pursuing ultra health, all of these really high control group type terms. We know that they rebound, again, her term, back into the 5-in-1. And it's this constant cycle. So to hear them villainizing, well, what happens when people get off of this shot, as they refer to it typically, they rebound. What happens with the people on Optavia that are doing something extremely drastic and could be extremely dangerous for their health, in my opinion, when they get off of it? Are they going to rebound too? Because we know they do.
And what happened is it falsely reinforced the lies that they were telling themselves that nothing works for them. And they start to lose hope.
So guys, our hope tonight is you've heard the prior calls that we've had where Nick and Dr. A have shared and we have got to get on board. We've got to get on board. So tonight we're going to pick up from where we left off on the last episode and talk about how do you identify some of those potential candidates? Not only that, what does that conversation look like? And then how do we support them? What does that look like? And so all these speakers are going to be sharing some incredible wisdom in terms of how they're doing that. But why medical weight loss?
Thanks for the cue up. So what is medically supported weight loss? By definition, y'all, it's the use of medications approved for weight loss in combination with healthy eating.
Who approves it? Their doctor. Their doctor who writes the prescription, not you guys. Not you guys watching. I mean, the Optavia coaches.
With exercise and with lifestyle changes. And so what the research has shown us is that it is honestly that combined effect of all of these components, which leads to improved long-term health. And I realize that some of you might be thinking that medications might be the easy way out. But for some people, the use of
medications are not the easy way out. What? That's disgusting that she said that. Some people, it is detrimental to their health based off of the advice that their medical doctor, their medical team suggested.
Of medical weight loss weight loss meds, I should say, is the boost. It's kind of the leg up that they need to get started. And the real difference maker, y'all, is the support of
their Wi-Fi is extremely lagging. It is annoying. I get it. There's a spot where there's absolutely no sound, and I will do my best to fast forward. But I really did want to talk about this Zoom. So I appreciate you guys sticking through it with me.
Coach who walks alongside them, helping them to understand healthy nutrition and the lifestyle change that is the most important aspect of this whole process. So who is appropriate to take weight loss meds? People, the definition is people with a BMI of greater or equal to 30 or BMI greater than or equal to 27 if they have other obesity-related diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol. And this next slide is a figure, it's called the obesity algorithm. And what it shows is that all of these different categories, they can either work independently or they can work together, which is what you're looking at here. And the solution or the best practice for obesity management is patient-centered care. And this is our favorite part of being a coach, right? Serving our clients.
Oh my God. The jump from this graphic from the Obesity Medical Association 2023 obesity algorithm. On the bottom, the source is provided, which I'm grateful. But it's almost like they're trying to sell, from the sounds of it, trying to sell or get people on board with taking this weight loss shot. And I was waiting for them I was waiting to see how they were going to transition into, and this is what we do as coaches, and this is how it'll work together. And here we have it. She's giving all this scientific data. The source is listed on the bottom of it. She's talking about who would be qualified or who would be the perfect candidate for these medicines. And it's like, oh, and that's, patient-centered care. That's what we do here at Optavia. First of all, no, they're not your patients. That's alarming. I don't think that you can actually call them patients. I don't think you can. And that's how they're bridging that. Oh my God.
Now, each of these factors play a role in that care. The ones that I love the most and most familiar with are the nutritional intervention, the physical activity, behavior therapy, and then the pharmacotherapy and even bariatric surgery, like David mentioned earlier. And what I love is that as Optavia coaches, we have always cared for any client participating in one or more of these practices for.
Stop it. Stop it. You've always been super supportive. Then why was Dr. A on stage villainizing? We don't need the shot. Why did that happen? Now, all of a sudden, you've identified that this is a group of people that may or may not be in a really challenging health situation, whether it's diabetes or weight or a combination of both or whatever. You're just using that as a pain point to try and sell them Optavia in addition to Wegovy or Ozempic. That's so gross.
Obesity management. This is a judgment-free zone, right? So Where does Optavia come in? Weight loss medications have an important role in addressing the obesity epidemic and can be an important part of the treatment plans for some people. However, while these drugs are effective, they address just one aspect of obesity management, and nutrition.
Are you really going to call Optavia's processed garbage, in my opinion, nutrition? I mean, she said that with her whole chest too. Wow. I would not call that nutrition. I would call food nutrition. The amount of soy that I have heard is in Optavia products is absurd.
And behavioral lifestyle modifications continue to be the foundation. We have to lay that strong foundation of long-term health. And people need a holistic, sustainable solutions that incorporate nutrition and behavioral modifications to help them reach their health and wellness goals. We meet people.
The irony of them talking about any kind of movement when they are advised in not working out when they're on the 5 and 1 is alarming. So they're pitching it like, oh yeah, we're going to help them with movement. We're going to help them with behavioral practices. That is not your place to do any of that.
People where they are at with the tools that can support them through their health and wellness journey. And lastly, it's my personal opinion that the Optavia plans and programs combined with the Active Line and the Habits of Health is the key to long-term sustainable health.
But I thought you were only supposed to be on the 5-in-1 for 12 weeks. How is that long term? That's weird. Also, MLM, no, thank you so much. I appreciate you. They say if Hannah Alonso needs the meds, they have no shame or qualifications. They are going to hurt someone, in my opinion. I agree. Also,
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate you.
For our clients utilizing medically supported weight loss. But enough from us. We want you to hear from some other long-term Optavia coaches on their perspective of medically supported weight loss. First up, we have Dr. Mark Nelson. Dr. Nelson is a retired board-certified cardiologist and has been an independent Optavia coach for more than 17 years. Dr. Nelson, please share your wisdom with us.
Imagine how many patients came to him, in my opinion. I don't know this to be true. It's more of a question. Imagine being a patient, seeing a cardiologist, coming up with a solution for whatever medical situation you're facing, and then him selling you Optavia. Like, hey, I'm going to do your heart surgery. In addition, we need to put you on this $500 a month food. Misuse of power, unethical. I would say so.
Well,
he's a cardiologist.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to share some of my experiences. And
his Wi-Fi is terrible and it does cut in and out. And for that, I apologize. But again, I wanted to talk about this Zoom.
I coach clients on medically supported weight loss the same as I coach any other client. It's important to understand that in the past, in fact, I was supporting clients who were using some of the older medications that were not as effective as the current medications. And they were doing the 5-in-1 and they did very well. In fact, many of them discontinued those older medications because they said, hey, Dr. Nelson, this program works so well. I don't need the this or the that. And that was their choice. Our program was effective then, and it's as effective now, if not more so. I just want to mention meeting people where they are, what that really means. To me, it means respecting their choices, their challenges, and their struggles with regards to losing weight and maintaining a healthy weight. Our role is to learn from them so we can support them. Importantly, an individual's choice to take a weight loss medication is between that individual and their healthcare provider. It is not our place, obviously, to influence or judge that personal decision. Our role as a coach is to meet people and support them. I think it's very important to understand that these newer medications are.
I am glad that he is saying that it's not their place to suggest it and it's not their place to judge it. Although not that long ago, they really were judging. You could go back through Facebook and look for some of the Optavia posts where they were talking about, oh, you don't need a shot and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, now they're embracing it. And it's just interesting because I do feel like they have identified a pain point of a demographic of individuals and they're like, we're going to capitalize on this. And I just think that that's gross. That's what high control groups do. That's what multi-level marketing does. They try to target individuals that are struggling with something and it's for their own personal financial gain. It's gross.
Very effective. They work. They are not going to go away. For people who have lost hope and feel helpless, they can be life-changing. And for that reason, one can't help someone who has given up. One can try, but if they've given up, they've given up. But if these medications help them move from hopelessness and helplessness, now wanting to engage with life, work with them, and they have an opportunity to work with others. A part of that engagement, obviously, is being open to new options, and we obviously.
I'm pausing that to take a break from the Wi-Fi because it's annoying and I realize that. We're going to get through this, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. By the way, if you have not already liked the video, if you would, that would be awesome. I appreciate y'all.
Obviously have those to offer. When I coach clients, as all of you ask questions, and I listen very carefully to what they have to say. What are some of the questions I ask? Well, I ask them how they're doing. I ask them how their experience has been. Are they getting healthy nutrition? Are they hydrating well? Are they exercising? Are they getting recuperative sleep? Are they getting sufficient protein to support healthy skeletal muscle? Importantly, I always ask them, what are your short-term health goals? And what are your long-term health goals? And what is your nutrition plan when you reach the weight you want? And I think you're why I ask these questions, because I am finding out how I help them by offering our products and programs, Habits of Health System. You learn healthier habits to use as a strategy to move forward so you can be in control of your weight once you reach your goal weight and make a strategy. And would love to one that is proven evidence-based, and that's called Optavia. Are you important restful sleep?
Evidence-based? I'm sorry, what?
As mindfulness with respect to your overall health and well-being. Many people are not aware that optimal health is not just losing weight. It is far more than that. These questions and their answers will give you as a coach an opportunity to share our programs and products and Habits of Health system that Dr. Anderson created. Medically supported weight loss gives us many opportunities to help many more people achieve healthy weight loss and well-being in their lives. One or two finer points say that in my experience, clients may find it easier to use shakes because of the appetite suppression caused by the medication. I spoke with one gentleman just last evening who said, I'd rather do the shakes than eat food, was to me. And I find that's not uncommon, though not true for everyone. The Optavia.
You don't find that to be alarming? That people are coming to you saying that they would rather drink a shake than eat food? You don't think that that could possibly depict that there's a real problem with their relationship with food? You don't think that as a retired doctor that might be, hey, you know, maybe instead of being extremely restrictive and only eating this processed stuff, I almost said garbage, but I'm coming from his perspective, I guess. Maybe some therapy, maybe working with an actual dietitian, maybe working on your relationship with food instead of just automatically selling them this 5-in-1 program. Maybe that would actually be better. Because remember a few minutes ago, they were talking about patient-centered care. Well, if it were truly about that patient, which they should not be calling them patients, they are clients, customers, something along those lines. If it were truly about that person, that individual, that would be a red flag that, hey, you know, if I sell them this, that could be a problem. That could push them deeper into disordered eating. That, you know, I'm not an expert here, but it sounds like if you would rather just drink shakes instead of eating food, there's some digging. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. There's some digging that needs to be done by a professional, not an Optavia coach on their health questionnaire or health assessment.
Active products should be highlighted in particular for many reasons, but in this case, among others, they can provide healthy, adequate, quality protein for supporting healthy muscle repair and muscle protein synthesis. And this can be especially important for people on these medications who may be challenged to consume sufficient protein because of the appetite suppression that often goes along with these newer medications.
Is he saying that there is an adequate amount of protein in the Optavia 5-in-1 processed food? Now, I do not have that information in front of me. That's more of a question for those of you that have at some point been a part of Optavia. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. That's my question.
Thank you again for this opportunity. And just to repeat where I started, people are people, and individuals on these medications, I coach them, you can coach them as you work with any other client. They everyone's different, but in that regard, they are not different. We can obviously.
Guys, who's ready for Careless Whisper? We have a new member, Yvonne. Welcome. Super excited that you are here. So glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And you can grab the Discord link if you would like to under the community tab. Welcome.
Provide a great service to these individuals. Thank you.
Oh my God.
This is where it cuts out, I think. So hang tight, everybody. Caller, are you there? Yeah. I cannot believe this.
Dr. Nelson, that was a wealth of information. The chat was going crazy over there. Everyone loved your questions, so thank you for that. I love that, as Dr. Nelson said, we have been equipped through Optavia to serve and to give hope and guidance to our clients, no matter what their goals are or what Optavia programs they utilize. So thank you so much, Dr. Nelson. Next up, we have Amber Rickabaugh. And Amber is pretty special to David and I, not just because she's...
Why? Because she's in your downline? Can you hear me now? Thank you so much, Holly.
Thank you for your patronage.
I appreciate you. Thank you for that super chat.
She's a coach on our team, so we're a little partial. But she and her husband, Rick, are actually longtime friends of ours. And Amber was my very first coach 7 years ago. So take it away, Amber.
Thanks for having me on as well. And, I just want to start out saying that when I am working with a client that is a medical weight loss.
Oh, the Wi-Fi fail. How do they all have terrible Wi-Fi? How does that work?
Client. My first approach here is just remembering where I was several years ago myself. At 264 pounds, I was desperate for a solution myself and considering surgery. I found myself willing to go across the street from my doctor's office to try to eat 10 pounds worth of food and liquids just to qualify for surgery. Now,
you were going to go eat 10 pounds of food and drinks just to qualify for weight loss surgery? Okay, another question I'm still like, that's... Hey, Valerie, welcome. That is really, really alarming. Not the fact that she wanted to have surgery, because again, that's a decision people make with their medical team, and that's up to them, what with their medical history and their family history and all of that stuff. When you have weight loss surgery, is there a process as far as the screening, not just the medical aspect of it, but is there, do you speak with psychologists or whatnot to work through anything that could be influencing the decision? I'm trying to word this, and I know I'm not wording this in the right way, and I apologize for that. But is there a process to get people help with, if they need it? around their relationship with food. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate you. There's an evaluation. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. They go through an extensive psychological evaluation. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm just wondering if that happened. Where did she get in the process? I guess what I'm trying to say is I just have more questions when it comes to her delivering this as part of her emotionally manipulative story to get people to hop onto Optavia. Where did she get in that process? You know, did she get in that process or go through that process and they said, hey, you know, we this is you're disqualified for whatever reasons. I just have more questions around that, because to use that as a way, I don't know, it feels icky to me.
I didn't end up going that route, but you know, I need to remember that girl who was just so desperate for a solution that I was willing to do that to gain better health. We have to remember that. If we can put ourselves back to that place or where we started, we can start from a place of empathy when helping people wherever they're at. Where the goal here is just meeting people where they're at, right? So we want to start out with empathy for those. Now, my husband was on here on our last call and he talked about his client journey, the medical support, and I've come out and thanked him and sharing his job about going that route. And we've talked a little bit about that. There are a lot of people, as I've seen in the chat, talk about doing it in the closet, right? And not really sharing what they're doing. But the more people that talk about it and the more people that share, then we're able to come alongside and help. So we want to make that an option for them.
So what you're saying is that people that were a part of Optavia on program, as they refer to it, were taking Ozempic or Wegovy in the closet. Now, why do you think that would occur? Could it be, this is my question, that they were afraid of being judged by their coach? Could it be that they saw Dr. A at the last Optavia event talking about how we don't need the shot, and they felt shame because they were being judged by the MLM company, essentially? Could that be why they weren't up front about, hey, I'm going to start taking this in addition to the, you know, being on program or whatever? Could that be? I don't know. Maybe.
So how do I approach coaching my clients that I'm working with who are utilizing medical weight loss solutions in combination with Optavia? Honestly, it's no different than coaching any other client on program. So we're all equipped to be able to do that.
Except you're not qualified to do any of that.
I leave the medical stuff to their doctors and I help my clients work on their health, their structure eating, and also plug them into our community, just like we do with all of our other clients. After their health assessment, I help set them up for success and get started for their
But see, you're not even qualified to be doing the health assessment as an Optavia coach. That's the crazy part. Well, one of the many crazy parts.
You know, making sure that they're ready for day one. I coach them into a good fat burn. I ask good questions on the check-in calls. I ask them to take a lingering meal so we can kind of work through if something's missing or they're not eating enough. You know, all those good things and challenge.
Not eating enough. I can't imagine people on the 5-in-1. I'm at a loss of words with that. Sorry, guys. I can't imagine how hungry these people are. I just cannot imagine.
That may occur. I celebrate their wins. I ask about what challenges they may be experiencing so we can work on those things together. And if anything medical comes up, I just encourage them to connect with their doctor and to discuss that with their doctor. I've actually been coaching clients that have been utilizing the shot for quite some time, even before our pilot began. Had some past client approach me and let me know that they had kind of stepped outside of their healthy habits for Ozempic, but we're
Oh, so they got off program and were just using Ozempic, and you had to coach them back into getting back on the 5 and 1. Is that what you're trying to say? Because that seems really alarming.
We're not seeing the kind of results that they were having previously before, when even just utilizing our program on their, by itself. And so they really wanted to start and do the program in combination, because they just needed the confidence that they were going to make progress. This was going to stick, and this was going to be a long-term solution for them. And so, working with them and helping them realize that they can make progress while working on their healthy habits to help that stick has been amazing. And one of the clients, actually, we've started to help her transition into more of an active lifestyle and solution for her. She sent me a picture of herself just this last week.
I'm kind of glad that it was cutting out the testimonial, actually.
And she was healthy and happy in this picture, and she's thriving. And I couldn't ask for just, more precious gift as a coach than to receive something like that from a client and being able to help them along that journey to better health. When coaching clients on medical weight loss solutions, I don't get bogged down with all the medical details. Again, I'm not a medical professional like Dr. Nelson, but, I'm in the business of getting people healthy and moving them forward in their health.
See, but your definition of healthy is a number that is on a scale. That is not a healthy outlook on whether somebody is healthy or not. I know I said healthy like 3 times, but the number on the scale does not determine whether somebody is healthy or not. That is something that they work with their doctor on. But in this company, everything has to do with that number on the scale. They have these really gross sayings around the size of your waist determines the success of your business, or some kind of a weird saying like that. And they talk about fat loss, a business in fat loss, or a body in fat loss is a business on fire. They talk about ultra health, which is allegedly 19% body fat. That's not going to be healthy for everybody, but it's something that they are coached to chase. So I'm going to have to say no on the, you claiming that you help people get healthy. I don't think so. And in my opinion, just from what people have shared with me about their experience with Optavia on the products, a coach within the company, in my opinion, I think that they're doing more harm than they are good. I think that they are creating disordered eating in people, in my opinion. I think that they are putting people, again, in my opinion, into full-blown eating disorders. I think people are not trusting themselves with food. I think they're taking the joy out of food and sharing a meal with people. And I think they're doing a lot more harm than they are good. And the sad part about that is it's all designed to line their pocketbooks for them to benefit financially.
Health, and I focus on that. What I know is that our program does work and our healthy habits work. And, if we can offer someone a chance that they have to live a longer, fuller, happy life, why wouldn't we want to offer that to them and help them with that? I'm still.
And how do you do that exactly? When you are restricting calories and you have people that have been a part of the company, whether they were customers or distributors, that are constantly yo-yo backing back and forth with being on program, getting off program, gaining all the weight, and then some back, getting on program, losing a little bit of weight. How is that helping people? How is that healthy? How is that helping people to live a longer life? What are the studies that can back up that statement that you're making? Because in my opinion, again, I'm not a medical expert, but I can't see that constant yo-yoing back and forth, on program, off program, on program, off program. I don't think that that is healthy for people. And that definitely doesn't show that things are sustainable. That definitely doesn't show that it's a long-term thing if they're constantly going back and forth. If anything else, I feel like that's the epitome of a fad diet. Hey, we're going to restrict your calories a whole bunch. Oh yeah, but we coach people to go on maintenance. Yeah, how many people go on maintenance in Optavia? Because I haven't heard of one in all of the messages and all the emails that I've received from people that were a part of Optavia. I could be wrong though.
Coaching all of my clients, even the ones on mid-weight loss solutions, with all 4 of our components, and working with me as their coach, working on the habits of health, plugging them into our amazing community, as I mentioned, and utilizing a structured nutrition plan from our program. And now, do I have clients that choose to not participate in some of these components sometimes? Yes, I do.
Great. And I hope more people choose to not participate in this company as a whole, because again, like I just said a few minutes ago, in my opinion, I think this company is hurting more people than it is helping.
I think we can all attest that we probably have those. But when working with my clients, my job is to plug them back in. We plug them back into the system.
You plug them back into the high control group. Got it.
Back into community. We plug them back into their healthy habits. As their coach, my job is to dig in, just like with any other clients, and ask good questions. And if they're not happy with the results, then ask them if they're willing to make changes, and if they're willing to commit to the process, and help them on that journey to get there. It's my job to guide them back into structure. Just like my husband had mentioned when he was on here previously as well, this is just another tool, right? It's not meant to be the long-term solution. We know our healthy habits is what's going to help them long-term, for sure.
So the healthy habits are what help people, according to her, have results long-term. That's interesting. So it's actually not the 5-in-1 or any of their other programs. It's the habits that they learn within that. That seems really odd to me. I don't know.
The clients I am working with that are utilizing the tool of medical weight loss solution see the value of having that structured solution, of a nutrition plan, because they're making more progress than just the shot alone when it is paired with a structured eating nutrition plan.
Oh yeah. And you think a structured nutrition plan is Optavia? Are you for real right now? That's embarrassing. What? A nutrition plan put together by a dietitian, I think, is what they were referring to. Also, cite your sources on that, because I guarantee it's not Optavia. That if that was whatever that source was that she's referring to, if there is one, I guarantee you Optavia is not the nutrition plan being referred to in that article or whatnot study. If it is, if that is out there, I don't know.
I've actually gotten clients attesting to that fact when they aren't in structure versus when they are in structure and they have that. Yes, it does work.
Anything with a structure around nutrition, in my opinion, is going to be beneficial to a person. If you're eating every few hours based on whatever your goals are, you're probably going to feel a little bit better, whether that's small meals or like structure around eating and nutrition, I think is important. But there's also people out there that aren't in a place where they can do that in a healthy way. And I think that's where therapy and working on your relationship with food is really important. And I get that. I've had my own experience with that, and I've talked about that a lot. But for her to sit up here and say these things, and it's all for her to benefit financially.
So the long-term my clients see they reach their goals is their healthy habits. That's what's going to stick, right? That's what we're coaching. So if you're considering helping people who are using medical weight loss solutions, consider that there are people out there who are, they're not learning hits. They don't have unity, don't have, and we don't want to have it a repeat process and go back on that yo-yo over and over. We really haven't.
Meanwhile, people on this plan, on their program, yo-yo back and forth all the time. It drives me crazy when these people say, oh, this isn't a yo-yo diet, this isn't a fad diet. And I'm like, yes, it is. It's absolutely a yo-yo diet. People are constantly getting on program and getting off program. You've got to be kidding me. Emian, member for 22 months. I'm here. I'm so glad you're here.
An opportunity to hear.
Oh, Amber, that was so good.
What? Ma'am?
I got goosebumps when she was talking about going across the street from her doctor and trying to eat 10 pounds of food. I don't know how you could possibly accomplish that. But it's so important because we sometimes forget where we came from, don't we? As we walk through our journey and we're getting healthier and the pain gets a little less, we forget that. And so we do lose some of that empathy. And
how could you forget that when you are coached in an MLM to share your pain points so that you can identify other people with similar pain points to sell them an overpriced MLM product? How could you forget that? So many people in multi-level marketing coach their teams to do exactly that. So that's weird.
so I love that you said that, Amber. And it's also, there's no shame in utilizing medical weight loss. And the key for us and being successful coaches, at least compliant successful coaches, is staying with
Go, Lindsay.
Medical practitioners. So yeah, tons of information there, Amber. Thank you. And lastly, we have Jenny Dykstra. Jenny has been an independent Optavia coach for 7 years. I've actually had the pleasure of meeting Jenny a couple times, and she has built an incredible team and helped and served so many clients to success. Jenny, please share.
Oops.
Are we going to have sound?
Sorry about that, guys. Hi, everyone. I'm so grateful to be here with all of you tonight. I've also been fortunate to be a part of the medical weight loss pilot program. It's allowed me to learn.
The pilot program, I believe, was where they were doing like telehealth appointments. The link, I think, was not up for very long. The website was not available for very long. But that was the quiz, I think, that Hannah Alonso took. And she was like, I'm not interested in losing weight. I think she had just had her baby. And they were like, oh, yeah, you're a perfect candidate for, this program where you get like discounted or you get something was discounted. I don't remember if it was the telehealth appointment or if it was a discount on, I don't remember the medication. But that website didn't stick around for very long. It, if I remember correctly, was not up for very long. So the fact that she's like, I was a part of the pilot program. Yeah, what happened to the pilot program? And why was it not piloting anymore? I'm just wondering. Holly, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, compliant coaches. Who is she kidding? Girl, I'm just saying.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate you.
Learn more about different weight loss medications and really open my eyes to all of the reasons why these people really need to consider our program. Medications alone are not the long-term solution to obesity. We know.
And neither is the 5-in-1 with Optavia or any MLM product for that matter, in my opinion.
Know and understand for long-term health and wellness, we have to create and instill healthy habits. If people take weight loss medications without eating healthy, they'll more than likely feel tired and not live what should could. They may, as long as the weight, that's all there's us as Optavia.
I saw somebody comment a few minutes ago that said, somebody said their Wi-Fi was anti-MLM. Their Wi-Fi is preventing them from getting the message out.
Coach and where they are with zero judgment and help them understand that they need Optavia nutrition and to transform their life by creating habits to keep the weight off. How do we it's
I wish somebody was skipping ahead because this is wild. Is the internet connection determined by the host? Yeah, I think so. I mean, also, if somebody is unmuted and they're speaking, it's going to be also their Wi-Fi connection too, but
starts with the health of mental up on the ask if they're taking medications. Simply ask if they're taking any medications for weight loss.
You're not qualified to be even asking that question as an Optavia coach.
Or have they in the past? Again, no judgment whatsoever. Coach, just like if we knew a client had bariatric surgery, medications, so getting all of the fillings in or eating in green, we will be more understanding.
I'm going to fast forward this. Hang on, guys. I can't take it.
And he heard a lot of chaos outside in the riding ring. He stepped outside of his office and saw.
Oh my God, she's reading a story. Write this down. LOL. Try to at least.
The horse trainer and mother and a nonverbal little boy riding a pony. He said, "What's going on out here?" The mother said with a crackling voice and tears in her eyes, "He just said, 'Mom,' for the very first time, as in, 'Mom, look at me.'" This gentleman did amazing work and was loved by everyone that knew him. Sadly, he was morbidly obese. And when I explained the program to him, he turned it down. He ended up passing away to medical issues. If I knew then what
What medical issues? I mean, if you're going to put this person, I think she said it was a guy, but I'm not sure. If you're going to put this person's information out there and talk about how he passed away from medical issues, what medical issues? Because you're being super vague. So that's weird.
know now, I would have been able to talk to him confidently about the possibility of weight loss medications along with Optavia, and just might have been able to help him say yes to the program. Each and every one of us are made up differently. Some are stronger than others, and some are sicker than others. I'm grateful that Optavia is giving us the tools to be able to help as many people as possible. I hope and pray that the stigma with weight loss medications dissipates within our Optavia family.
I mean, I'm glad that they're admitting it, because Dr. Anderson said it on stage. I've seen so many of the top leaders posting about it. I don't know if they've gone back and deleted any of those, but I find it really interesting that now all of a sudden they're like, we need to embrace this. You know, we need to help as many people as possible. If people are on a weight loss medication, they don't need Optavia. In addition, they need whatever their medical team is suggesting, which is more than likely not going to be Optavia.
We can be open, learn, and start helping a whole group of people that we possibly weren't able to reach before. Medications certainly aren't for everyone, but can seriously help those that qualify. Thank you.
Wow, so good, Jenny. Hey, does anybody else relate to Jenny's story there about eating?
No, we couldn't hear any of it. We only heard bits and pieces of it because of Wi-Fi. God, which I'm grateful, actually. Smells like victim blaming. Yeah, I agree. Also,
thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate you.
Somebody who desperately needing this. You know, and all the speakers, Dr. Nielsen, Amber, all of the things they shared here. Guys, I want to encourage you, don't overthink this. You already know this. And if you're a brand new coach, you just became a coach today, guess what? Your coach knows how to do this, so lean into them. Okay?
Oh,
but I wanted to, Jenny, I love what you shared there at the end. It's about asking, all of you said this, let's ask good questions. Let's listen more, talk less. That's how you're going to dial in to understand and meet that person where they're at. And I love that tip she shared about the restart.
That is a great question. I have the same question. I do not know. However, I think that I'm worried that this could be very dangerous for people. Yeah, that's how I'm going to say that.
Because they're doing the same thing over and over again because they want you to help them. But if they repeat the same actions without learning from the past failures, they're not going to move up to the next level. You know, and recently we were at a retreat, and I'll share a little bit of this later, but there's a lot of key questions, and we've got some great bonus content for you guys tonight. So I want you to hang in there. There's some great questions that have been bubbling up a lot. So the first question that I wanted to share here is, Could you give an example of a conversation where you met somebody who was on medication and talked about how you could still support them? Amber, would you mind taking this one?
Oh my God.
Sure. This is actually a fairly probably weekly occurrence for me. So for me, when they, let me know that this is something that they were doing, I first congratulate them for taking the steps to work on their health. I think it's important that we acknowledge that they are trying to take care of themselves through whichever means that is for them. Then I usually ask some follow-up questions. So how's that going for you? What's your experience been like? From there, people will usually,
Which is none of your business. The only reason you're asking those questions is because you want to sell them Optavia. It's none of your business how people are feeling on their personal health journey.
pretty much share most of the good, the bad, and the ugly of what's, kind of going on their journey, and, celebrate their wins with them. One conversation I had was, oh my goodness, that's fantastic that you're down 15 pounds so far. But you mentioned that you're not really hungry and you're feeling kind of tired. What's that been like for you? What are you eating? Would you like to have some more energy?
Also none of your business.
Honestly, doesn't that sound like a mini health assessment? So these conversations don't have to be as complicated as you think. We really are just asking more questions about what they're doing and what they're experiencing, and then asking if maybe they're open to a solution if we hear something that we have a solution for. No one wants to hear about a solution to a problem that they don't have. So it's our job to be interested in their journey. And
Did you just say that? Nobody wants to listen to a solution for a problem they don't have. Write that down. I can't. Sam, thank you so much for the super chat. Sam says, I've lost 37 pounds on my doctor-led diet. That's amazing. Congratulations. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you.
Thank you for your patronage.
what they have going on, and listen for those key things that we could come alongside and help fill in the gaps for them. Our fuelings are a fantastic resource for those who, can't eat a lot, but they need nutrients dense meals to stay nourished. And, obviously Optavia active products are a fantastic option also for people wanting to preserve the muscle mass. So sharing about these options.
I'm sorry. Quick question for the science people in the chat. My question is, if you are not taking in enough calories, proteins, carbs, those types of things, specifically protein, and you're taking in 800 to 1,000 calories a day on the Optavia 5-in-1, how exactly is that preserving muscle? I'm just curious if anybody knows how that could possibly be preserving muscle. Oh my God, Hannah the Horrible. Thank you so much for the super chat. Wow. Hannah says, I'm usually just a live stream lurker, but wanted to give extra thanks to you, Aaron. Oh, thank you so much. I've never seen another niche on YouTube be so supportive of each other like anti-MLM community, and you guys are amazing. You guys are making such an impact. Thank you. That is really kind of you, and I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. Oh, Savannah. Are you feeling better, Savannah?
Just, become second
I didn't mean to hit pause. I didn't mean to hit play. Are you feeling better, though? I hope you are.
nature in conversation.
Great job, Amber. So our next question is...
He said rage. He said great job, but I heard rage. Oh, here she is. Guys, this is my trainer. She's incredible. Susan, what's up? Did you get the pictures I sent you? I don't know if you responded yet, but I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Here she goes, guys. Susan is in the chat.
What does client support look like for clients who are on medically supported weight loss? Oh, Jenny, this is perfect for you. Mind covering?
Oh, it's perfect for you. It's none of your business, and it's not your place, and you are not qualified to do it. You know who is supposed to be supporting people on medically supported weight loss? Their medical team. Yeah.
This one?
Absolutely. The answer is, the awesome news is we don't do anything different. We simply coach them on the program that we recommended with a heavy focus on the life book, the habits of health system, and of course, nutrition. We keep in mind that if the client asks any medical questions or any questions about the medication, we always refer them back to their doctor.
Nailed it. Great job, Danny. All right, last question here. How do Optavia programs, plans, and products support clients who are on medically supported weight loss? Oh, Dr. Nielsen, this one is in your wheelhouse.
Well, thank you. Everyone needs to eat. Everyone needs healthy nutrition. And
something that is, in my opinion, not happening on the Optavia 5-in-1. You are not eating. In fact, you are only taking in 800 to 1,000 calories. It's all processed food except for the lean and green meal, which is a very small amount of food. So, weird answer, but okay.
the beauty of our programs and products is that we can help ensure that people get healthy nutrition, adequate protein, and support healthy weight loss, whether they're on a weight loss medication or not, but certainly very applicable for those on these medications doing medically supported weight loss. And as people have shared, the Optavia Active products can be very helpful as well in terms of protein, which is extremely important. We provide healthy nutrition for the body. We also provide healthy nutrition for the mind. What is healthy nutrition for the mind? It's our habits of health system. So we can help these people in many ways. Thank you.
We can help people in many ways. Thank you. That's almost like Tony from the last live stream where she said, take it home. I think his name was Jay. Take it home, Jay.
Phenomenal answer. It's almost like that was written for you. It was perfect. All right, last question. How do you introduce?
Okay, protein, at least 1 gram per pound of body weight while lifting in significant volume and load. That's how you maintain muscle mass. However, you will lose a little muscle as you lose fat. That's inevitable, but you can minimize it, as bodybuilders do, if you eat a slew of protein and lift like a beast. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you so much.
Healthy habits to a medically supported weight loss client? The second part of that question is, which habit do you recommend they implement first? I'll take this one. This is a trick question because
it's a trick question, huh? Guys, I have a little cat here that might want to say hi today. Y'all want to see Luna? You haven't seen her in a while. We can talk about the cat introductions and how that's going too. Come here, Mama. Come here. Hey, Beebs. Hi. What are you doing? Do you want to come say hi? No, you're going to run away from me like cats do. Come here. Hey, baby. Hello. Oh. Hello. Hello. Oh, hi, Mama. Do you want to say hi? Did you lick the microphone? That's so nice. So nice. Hello. I think this is a good break, a good cat break. I know, good timing. Hey, Katie. Let me put this down so y'all can see her. There you go. So the cat introductions are going well. The big cats, their plates have reached the end of the hallway. If you've been following the journey on Instagram and my stories. And so the next thing is to introduce visual cues, which is awesome. Leo is very curious. And sometimes when I walk in and out of here, they'll see each other. Leo does not react. And the other day, Stormy was eating, and she's the fiery Scorpio. Yeah, that's how I would describe Stormy. But Stormy was eating right outside the door, and Luna was eating with her plate right on the other side of the door. They saw each other, and Stormy didn't react. So that's huge progress because she would hiss a ton. I wish you guys could see her face. She's like this. Yeah, she's a good girl. Oh, am I gonna make you scratch? Huh? So that is the update. Oh, coconuts. I just bombed my math placement test for college. I'm so sorry. That's rough. I'm sorry. I know. Here's Luna, everybody. She's a good girl. She lets me rub her eyes. Yeah. Oh, did I tickle you? Sorry. I didn't mean to. She's a good girl. Okay. I'll love on you when I'm done, okay? Thank you for letting me hold you and saying hi to my friends. That's so nice of you. Okay, we only have a couple minutes left. I think we can do it, guys. I think we can do it. Now I have cat hair on my... Fine. She's worth it.
The reality is, if you've been listening, there really is no one habit that's a priority over another. You have to meet the individual where they're at. And recently we were at the...
Members, did you guys notice that you have a new emote that I created? Somebody suggested it. If that was you, thank you.
The advanced leadership retreat at Optavia had over in Orlando, and John Maxwell was a speaker there, amazing speaker, if you all guys know, and he talked about meeting people, starting people off in their area of strengths to help them get those little wins. Sounds like something we do. Oh, isn't it called micro habits, I think? So the thing is, listen to your audience, understand, meet them where they're at. And if they're more about easier with the mechanics of the nutrition, start there, build those little wins and help the momentum, and then integrate them in the other systems. Great questions. Thank you, everyone. All right. So moving on, we have more coming. So make sure you mark the date on your calendar, November 8th and November 15th, the same time. We're going to continue this coach series. So I hope you put that on your calendar. There's so much value being shared, guys. This is important for all of us to know. So, Dr. A, is there any further closing remarks that you may have?
Yeah, you guys hit it out of the park tonight, all the speakers.
Oh my God. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, we have a new member, Jackie Unfiltered. Welcome. So glad you're here. Jackie, there is a link for the Discord if you would like to join under the community tab. And thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it.
All you guys were just incredible. And I just want to add one thing that's really important to understand, really looking at the big picture, the perspective, is these drugs curb appetite and cravings. They are one small piece of the puzzle to move people along to optimal health. We're in the business of optimal.
Oh my God, what is happening? Welcome, Alex. 5 cents. Appreciate you. Welcome, Alex. I hope you guys join the Discord because we do have some fun in there.
If we can have a client that suppresses their appetite to the point where they can control it and they're going to jump into rapidly eating, transformational system, and actually move all the way to ultra health, that is the end point of what we do as coaches.
It is so odd to me that a former, was he an anesthesiologist? What was he again? I don't remember. Oh, we got gifted memberships. I actually get a notification now here on StreamYard. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Holly, for doing that. I appreciate you. I don't remember what kind of a doctor Dr. Anderson was, so feel free to correct me in the comments, you guys. I think he was an anesthesiologist. And for him to be suggesting people get to ultra health, which I have been told is, cardiologist, 19% body fat, that's not going to be healthy for everybody. I don't know. Holly, thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate you. Welcome, new member. I don't know who it is. Who got the membership? Welcome, and thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all.
Many of them never reach that because they fall off the system. They fall off the fire.
Is it BMI of 19? If so, I misspoke and I apologize. A BMI of 19. I've always heard body fat 19%. So now I must find out.
5-in-1. They fall off the program and we
Coconuts
lose them.
got it? Oh my God. Coconuts. That's so cool that you got it after having such a rough test. That's so awesome.
Shuts them down.
Welcome.
We have not captured a lifelong learner. Once they're part of us, what we need to do that puts them in a great position for us to partner with them for life. Because basically habits are not something you learn and then forget. There's things you do every day for your life. And if someone is being successful, they feel
Thanks, Sarah.
better, and they can now be modified because as coaches, you know more about this than anybody else in the world.
What?
We can work together.
I'm sorry. Somebody in an MLM knows more about what is he referring to nutrition? Which part is he referring to that the Optavia coaches know more than anybody else in the world? What?
Become the trusted friend for people that raise their hand that want to lose weight. But the reality is once they become ours, they want more. They want optimal health.
I'm sorry. Once they become yours? That sounds a little culty, a little high control groupish. Oh, I don't like that. Ew. Once they become ours.
Well-being. Nick?
100% agree. I was reviewing one of Dr. Nelson's trainings just the other day and listening to him talk about, number one, as he said tonight, they need to eat. Nutrition is key. What they're
Yeah, and you don't have to buy Optavia processed food in order to eat. There's plenty of other options, like the buffalo chicken bakes I'm going to be making after this. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be good. What are y'all having for dinner? Or what did you have for dinner? Or if you're watching the replay, what was the last thing that you ate?
experiencing of 10 pounds or 20 pounds of weight loss, let's talk about the quality of that weight loss.
What?
The quality of that weight loss. Are they losing skeletal muscle? Think about the sequencing of what we've done. We brought out the active line because we can focus across the entire spectrum of health.
Oh my God, I can feel Susan screaming. I'm surprised she's not rage texting me. Susan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry he's saying this.
The entire spectrum. The active line is going to be essential for
Thank you,
many
Emmy.
of these clients. Now, 50% of our consumers, our candidates, our pre-clients, 50% are saying, yes, I am interested.
What? What are your sources on this? Also, I've been getting this question a lot lately, and I think it's super cool. I have found somebody on TikTok. Her name is Krista Poole. And I know, Susan, it's so bad. It's so bad. And I've asked for her cookbook for Christmas. I'm very excited about it, actually. She does meal prep. And so when I make the meals, we're a family of 4. And the meals are 5 servings, and you make them in individual Pyrex glass bowls. And so when I make them for our family, I have dinner for all of us, and then I have the extra meal for lunch the following day. So it's kind of combining meal prepping and also cooking dinner for the family all in one. And the good part about it is that it fits perfectly within my macros, because as many of you know, I am doing a calorie deficit right now until the beginning of December. I have, just in case anybody wants to know how that's going, I am down 10 pounds. The last I checked, I think I've lost 2.5% body fat. And yeah, I'm feeling really, really good. So this has all been part of it. Obviously, I have to make dinner anyways. And the fact that I can combine that with really good, really delicious recipes, and then also have my lunch for the next day has been amazing. So you can check her out. Her name is Krista Poole. You can find her on all of the platforms. But I also share a picture of what I made from her recipe, and then I tag the link back to her TikTok where she talks about the recipe. So I do that in my Instagram stories in case anybody wants that, or if you just want to go direct to the source and check it out. I'm pretty sure she's on all platforms. I've learned a ton of really, really good recipes, and I don't think that there has been one meal that we didn't really like. I think everything was pretty good and it's quick. So just FYI, in case any of you are looking for that. Otherwise, you could just fast forward through that part.
I'm interested in medically supported weight loss. That same group is 400% more likely to be interested in the Optavia program. The coach, the community, awesome plans,
Brandy.
the habits of health transformation system. They're saying yes, please. I think as you've kind of said, and some people have articulated, I think we're making this more complicated than it needs to be.
Let me make it less complicated. You don't need Optavia. Next question.
We just need to be in the conversation with the millions of people who have told us that concept is what we need. It's what we want. We don't want to be on medications for the rest of our lives. We're just terrified of regaining weight. Sound familiar?
Yeah. And why are people terrified in Optavia of putting on weight? Because you guys, in my opinion, and what has been alleged to me in countless cases, you use that as a way to manipulate people to get back on program, whether they're customers or coaches. It's a manipulation tactic. There is fear around gaining weight. That's why, if you really pay attention, if somebody leaves Optavia and they start speaking out about it, or, you know, hey, I'm repairing my metabolism, or whatever they are saying after getting away from Optavia, you will see one of the only things that these people will say to that individual, well, not even to that individual, it's more of like passive aggressive stories, vague posts on Facebook. When everybody that is on the team knows who they're talking about, they're going to attack the fact that that person is going to gain weight. Here is science. If you are somebody that is taking in a very small amount of calories, and all of a sudden you start taking in more calories, there's going to be a process that your body goes, oh, we're taking in more calories, and the weight is going to fluctuate. You're gonna put a little weight on because you're taking in more calories than your body has been used to. So they're using that as a weapon, in a sense, in my opinion, to try and manipulate people into not listening to somebody that is speaking out against Optavia and getting back on program. High control group. Yeah.
We know how to talk to these folks, don't we?
Ew.
Have a great evening, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
I don't like him. I don't like how he presented all of that. I don't know him personally. I just don't like how he presented that. Ugh. Yuck. And on that note, I am going to eat some calories, and I hope you guys do too. That was rough, guys. Thanks for sticking through it with the Wi-Fi. I just wanted to talk about some of this stuff. I felt like it was really important. You guys already know that I am not a fan at all of Optavia, the things that they do, the things that they say, how they manipulate people emotionally, and spiritually. Yeah. And I'm not a fan. So I think that you are going to learn more about your body and your body by working with actual professionals. And the fact that these people in this company, the top leaders, Dr. Anderson himself, have said in the past, we don't need the shot. And now here they are trying to capitalize on that specific demographic of people that are using medical or medicine in order to lose weight, I think is really disgusting. It's really gross. It's predatory and ironic to me. Optavia is not nutrition. No, food is nutritious. So, eat something yummy after this. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all the compliments on my black lipstick that I have not worn before, but it will be making another appearance for sure. I appreciate you guys. And thanks for pushing me to try it, because a lot of you were like, try it. No, do it. And I really appreciate that. So, guys, don't join an MLM. And if you're in Optavia, cancel your auto ship. Get away from these people. Leave the groups. You're more, in my opinion, you are in a high control group, and work with professionals. It's worth it. You're worth it to get away from them. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, If you have not already liked the video, if you would, that would be awesome. Welcome to the new members. Shout out to all the other members. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to the moderators, and thank you to everybody that watched, whether you watched and commented or not. I appreciate you guys so much. And tomorrow, I'm going to be providing the update for the fundraiser from last month under the community tab, so you guys can see the screenshots of the analytical data on each of the videos. And then when the AdSense money hits, usually on the 20th of the month, then I will donate and provide the screenshot for that. So thank you for everybody that participated in that fundraiser, whether you contributed financially or you watched the video and allowed me to donate the AdSense from each of those videos to the Coalition for Cancer. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.